Bloody hell. It's really horrible. I contacted my GP online and I explained I've got COVID, you know, just to let you know. It's like there's no more like a one-to-one human interaction. It's like, you got COVID, okay, stay at home, and here's a link to tell you what to do, what to look out for. Don't call us, we'll call you.
I don't wanna see you, I don't wanna hear you tonight, I don't wanna fight you, you don't wanna know if I feel alright, I don't wanna just forgive you, I just wanna be fine, I've been waiting for a sign to light up, yeah, and your heart is out of sight, I just wanna feel mine. Hey you, I'm gonna be the one for another one. Hey you, maybe then you'll know that I was never one. I don't wanna see you, I don't wanna fear you tonight, you don't wanna know me, you just wanna make sure you're right. I'm gonna be the one for another one, maybe then you'll know that I was never one.
Hi guys, I'm going to the chemist to see if I can, or going into the village to see if I can find any COVID tests, because I feel a lot better now. I don't have any temperature, any headache. I have lots of phlegm and I feel sick, you know, because of that. And so I don't have much appetite because of that, I think. I have cough as well. But apart from that, I feel okay. I feel a bit depressed actually. Maybe because it's grey now and you know, every time you try to eat, you feel as if you're, you know, you're just eating a phlegm sandwich. Makes you feel really uncomfortable. You don't feel like eating at all. So yeah, so there's that. I think the reason why I'm depressed is because I've taken away one drug from my life, one vice, and that's drinking English teas every day. And for me, drinking English teas every day is oh, I have to be careful there. Luckily there's a kind of runoff area on that bend. So English tea has caffeine, okay, tannins inside, and it's really addictive. Maybe slightly less than coffee, but with coffee you can, you know, I get pain not immediately, but within like the first few weeks of having coffee every day, or the first even few days, depending how strong the coffee is. But with tea, you know, you can prolong the hit for weeks and weeks and weeks, and so it's more addictive that way because it takes longer for any damage to occur or for you to feel uncomfortable, inflammation or whatever in the stomach. So this tea habit has been going on for 30 years, and it's like a gateway drug, because once I have a tea, then I'm more likely to have a nice little bit of chocolate, a Milky Bar, you know, the white chocolate. I love that. I used to love that anyway. Maybe croissant with chocolate inside, or maybe a packet of crisps, you know. And so you end up, you know, having this junk, and then not having appetite for a good meal later on, which destroys your health. that in itself ruins your appetite. Maybe that's why I feel depressed, because I've got no drug. You know, I don't have that thing that makes me feel happy. You know, I don't have the tea. Because it's true, when you have that tea and you put some sugar inside or honey, you have a burst of energy. You know, your brain feels nice, and you're more likely to, well, at least this is what I did, you know, brainstorm, have ideas for goal setting. I used to set goals and make lists of things that I wanted to do. Just thinking about it makes me feel a bit happy. It's a bit like in the past, let's say I was writing an essay, and every few words I would use a different color, and now I've thrown away all the coloring pens and I've just got black. It seems that way. Or, you know, a painter, instead of using all a different palette or different colors, different paints, you know, different colors, now has only gray or black to play with. It feels like that. It feels so grey, so limited, you know. I don't have it high, basically, and I didn't have it for the whole week that I had the COVID or COVID symptoms. And now it's been a few days, and I tried drinking tea, and because I didn't have any of the almond milk, I had to use the normal milk, the dairy, and I just felt sick. It could be just because of the phlegm itself that made me feel sick. So that's it. That's what's been going on, and I feel yucky, really yucky. Yeah, I'm now searching for this. See where I can find the test. It's really horrible. I contacted my GP online and I explained I've got COVID, you know, just to let you know. And they sent me back a message saying, go to this site, and basically there's a few pages that tell you what to do if you have COVID, you know, what symptoms to look out for, and that's it. It's like there's no more like a one-to-one human interaction. It's like, you got COVID, okay, stay at home, and here's a link. Here's a link to tell you what to do, what to look out for. Don't call us, we'll call you. Okay, where's the boots? I don't know where the hell I'm going here. Well, I do know where I'm going, but I don't recall seeing a Boots around here. Boots is a chemist here in the UK. Boots, where's a Boots? Boots chemist, there's a co-op there. There's a pharmacy there we go. No, I wanted to park there. that's the temperature now. 37 degrees. Bloody hell. The temperature's gonna get really hot, so I'm just gonna go and check at that bloody at the care home and see if they've, you know, what protocol they've got, what plan they have in place for the elderly in this heat, because 40 degrees, even 35 degrees is really hot. And I remember in London, when it was like over 30 degrees for a few days, they had all these fans fitted into the rooms. So I'm gonna see what these idiots have in place for the elderly people, for my dad anyway. If they've got nothing in place, then I'm going to buy a fan and put it in my dad's room. I don't know, my negative thinking is already thinking, oh, okay, if I buy a fan, they're gonna take it out and then use it for themselves or whatever. I'm not gonna see that fan again. And this is what happens in these care homes. Unless you like screw it, bolt it down to the floor, or, you know, put your name on it, it goes missing. The amount of stuff that went missing. For example, my dad's hat went missing in the nursing home, in the care home in London. His clothes went missing, you know. And then I thought, where are all my dad's clothes? I used to go and see him, and then sometimes I used to look in the cupboard, and yeah, of course he doesn't need the clothes, but I thought, where is nice pajama? You know. And then they told me, oh, you have to label them because sometimes they go missing. They even said that themselves, you know. It's understandable, but you know, they were going on about first in lockdown they needed money for the hairdresser. The hairdresser used to come. The hairdresser, my dad's bloody bald, so I think, oh, okay, maybe they need to shave his beard and cut his hair every 2 months or whatever. So I thought, okay, I'll pay them the money for the hairdresser. Then they said, oh, can you bring shavers, the disposable ones? I bought the disposable ones for him. Then they said, no, we need an electric shaver so we could shave his head and his beard. I bought the electric shaver. And, you know, now they want money for the hairdresser again. I'm thinking, where the fuck is the shaver? Where all the things that I bought for him, where are they? And I bought a nice shaver, like £80, 75, £80. You know, an electric shaver that can do everything. Where is it now? Who knows? Why do I have to pay for a hairdresser now to cut his hair? And like, it's £10, £20, £15. He's got no hair. I suppose it's, you know, if he needs a shave or whatever, I'd rather just go and do it myself. Not to save the money. I could still give them the money if they want, but, you know, to do my dad's beard, you know, once a week, yeah, I don't mind doing that myself. I'll bring my own shaver. I don't even have to ask for the shaver that I bloody bought for him, because it's embarrassing, you know. Why if I don't want to have to ask, where's my dad's shaver? You know, it's so silly, such a small thing. And yet I'm talking about it here because this is my kind of therapy. So, you know, I'm offloading on you lot. Yeah, anyway. Temperature's not so bad at the moment. It's inside the car it's 21 degrees. Outside is, I'm not sure. What does it feel like? Let me see. It's about 20 degrees, I'd say. Could you imagine it's going to be a further 20 degrees higher? Could you imagine it's going to be plus 20 degrees, 40 degrees? It's too much. Like 20 degrees is okay. Even 30 degrees, I mean, 30 degrees, you're pushing it, you know. And the way I'm gonna cope, because I don't cope well in hot temperatures. So what I'm gonna do is reduce my meat intake, and to cut a long story short, I'm going to make my body yin, or very cool. The way I'm going to do that is to eat raw fruits and raw vegetables. No meat, no beans, no grains, and no cooked food. Well, at least I'll try, because of course I probably will eat some bread, or a little bit of rice maybe. It's difficult to go completely raw, so I'll see. And why am I worried? Because I'm fat, and the more fat you have, the more heat you feel. You feel really hot. My wife, she doesn't really feel hot on a hot day. She doesn't feel the heat because her visceral fat is around 2. My visceral fat is around 17. Visceral fat means the fat that surrounds your internal organs. My body fat is about 33. Her body fat is about 20. So she doesn't have a lot of this fat, a lot of this outside and inside, the internal and external carpet, or insulation that makes people very warm, keeps people warm in the cold. It's good in the cold. I can withstand the cold, no problem. She can't. But when it gets hot like this, when it gets, you don't expect 40 degrees. When it gets even to about 25 degrees, I'm suffering. If it hits 30 degrees, then yeah, I have to stay out of the heat completely. Now, they said to me the protocol or the plan is that you have to buy a fan, and then it's kept in the person's room. Yeah, my ass. You buy the fan for that period, and then I don't know what happens to the fan. It's going to get sold, or because you can't be like a cheapskate and say, okay, I want the fan back now. And now that the summer period's gone. So now I'll have a look at the local Morrisons and then buy a fan for my dad. Also, they want toiletries, and they want was it talcum powder, deodorant, and I said, yeah, okay, I'll get those things for my dad. Hopefully I can get, I'm not sure if other people have beaten me to it and purchased all the stock, all the fans. Okay, my goodness, I'd like to park in the shade, but the problem is there's no parking. My usual place is not available, so I'm gonna have to park in a hot place full of sun. I don't mind the sun, it's just the heat at the moment. It's creeping up to 22 degrees. So by the time I get back into the car, it will be probably 27 degrees. Okay, let me park elsewhere. Let me see. If you can see, here's my list of foods, my shopping list. I'm trying to do this fan, but I don't know. I think I need a Phillips screwdriver, but I don't have a screwdriver. So this is a fan that I got for my dad. This one here. So he's all right at the moment. It's quite cool in here, so I'm not so worried. But I think I'll come on the day when it's really hot, just to make sure he's okay, and bring a few bottles of ice water and put them around the room or something. I think I'm going to go and ask for a Phillips screwdriver to fix this thing. Let's see. Oh fuck! Vaffanculo, veramente. Ah, that's it. The fan I've got here with me, the fan was actually in the dining area, and they were using that fan to cool down everybody. So basically for everybody in the whole of the dining area. And when one of the carers saw that I came quickly, she switched it off and then brought it to this room. Seems to be sleepy. I think maybe they gave him some medication, maybe the antidepressant or whatever, that makes you relax. So he's in deep sleep. Even though I pushed him from the, what do you call it? From the dining room here. So today is a bit strange. I'll be sitting with him, but he's just sleeping. Yeah, so Dad seems alright. He's been sleeping most of the time, so I could talk to him, but he didn't answer. He was just like that. So they must have given him sertraline or some kind of medicine to make him feel dopey or sleepy. So I'm happy I spent time with Dad. It's just that there's no talking involved. So I thought I'd just leave at 3 because I have to go pick up the kids anyway. Yeah, 2 things I noticed. The fan, which is supposed to be in his room, they took out and they actually used it in the main dining area. So instead of it being in his room, they took it to, because they haven't got any fans, they just use that one fan to heat everybody, to cool everybody down in in the dining area. And the fan wasn't even close to him. I would have thought, oh, okay, maybe they'll put him near the fan because it's his fan. It was quite far away, and to be honest, the room is massive. It can't cool down that room. So when I went to pick him up, they quickly took the fan and they brought it into, as if I couldn't see the fan. I knew the fan was there, so they took it and they put it in his room while I pushed him. I pushed him into his room. And also the cranberry juice that I bought for him last night, it was still on the table. Still on his table all night, so it was probably hot. And one of the carers didn't realise that I already went into his room. So later on she said, oh, the cranberry juice is in the fridge if you want it. So obviously she when she saw me arrive, when I went to the dining room to look for my dad, she picked it up and put it into the fridge. I'm thinking, you pay so much money, like, I don't know, is it £1,100 a week? For what? I mean, what do you have to pay to have a really good service? Yeah, of course they care, but it's a business, and I'm sure they try to get the cheapest probably the cheapest food, the cheapest care as well. You know, all I see there is Filipinos. Now I saw 2 or 3 Indian ladies, and maybe they don't pay them as much as an English person or somebody who was brought up in the UK. It's the age-old problem, you know, that an English person or someone born in the UK or brought up in the UK doesn't want to do that kind of job, and if they do that job, they want to get paid well because they have to keep their standard of living. Yeah, which is fair enough. So the government should pay more, should make it more lucrative, you know, to do these kind of jobs. I was, you know, I could hear the manager because I went in, I know the code, and I tapped in the code, and I went in, and I can hear the manager saying, oh yeah, for those few days, I think for a few days they didn't pay a carer, and it was about £60 or something like that for a few days work. Fucking hell, that's nothing. How much do they pay? You know, even if the person came in for a half a shift, say 4 hours, okay, for 2 days, that's 8 hours. What, 60 quid? That's below the minimum wage. It can't be. Anyway, she said something like, yeah, for those 2 days, the £60. Yeah, we'll pay it to you next week, or something like that. Something to do with £60 and like the 2 days. It can't be 2 days, or maybe it was a day, 1 day. Even if it's 1 day, 60 quid. That's nothing. You know, and they're charging £1,100. How do they have the bollocks to charge so much? How do they have the guts to charge so much money? And then they, you know, it's not they don't do a perfect job. You know, when you're not there, when you're not looking, you can check out the situation, and they're not doing a good job. Yeah, so those 2 negative points. The positive point is it's such a nice and sunny day. It's 38 degrees now. So I don't know about other parts of the UK, but it's been a constant 30 in the car, 38 degrees, 39 degrees. So for the last 2 days, let's say it's been about 35 to 36 degrees outside. So it hasn't been blistering. Yesterday it seemed hotter yesterday. I don't know. Well, anyway, we've survived the heat wave. Because tonight it won't be a really hot, hopefully it won't be a hot night, because tomorrow the temperature should have gone down to 28 degrees, and then maybe 21 degrees the day after. There'll be thunderstorms or thunder showers. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay guys, I think there's a heat wave also in America, Texas, or the central part of the USA. So good luck guys, wherever you are, and speak to you guys later.
With frost, cold night and the winter hot cold. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Yeah, the end. Got to end it all on the weekend. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Oh, yeah. With frost, cold night and the winter hot cold. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Yeah, the end. Got to end it all on the weekend. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Oh, oh, yeah. You
Go on. You're stumbling. I was worried, and I had a bit of an anxiety attack because I thought I wouldn't be able to take the heat. You know, I thought, you know, that I wouldn't be able to breathe. It is hot outside, really hot. It seems okay though. It's not so bad. I think I'll put the fan on the switch. I'll close all the windows. And yeah, it's 2:30, so I've only got maybe an hour to be with my dad, and then I have to go and pick up the kids or bring the car back home, and then my wife can go and pick up the kids. My wife told me that My wife told me that the care home rang, and they said that my dad's got some blood in his urine, just to let me know. And so, you know, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. Well, they're gonna keep an eye on that and let me know what the doctor says. Well, they're gonna maybe do some tests. It's easy to test the urine. Just to check, because he did have bladder cancer when he was 81, about 10 years ago, and he had a 6-week treatment of I think it's called the BCG vaccine, or I'm not sure if it's the tuberculosis. I don't know what BCG is for, but you know, when you're a kid you get these 6 needles, one injection in your arm which has 6 needles, I think. That's called the BCG, or it used to be called BCG. And he did a course of that, and it went. I think it was a stage 1, localized within the bladder. So hopefully, if he has anything like that, you know, they can do the BCG treatment again. Hopefully he doesn't have that. I forgot to get him a carton of cranberry juice. There we go, 39 degrees. Bloody hell. I managed to get this for my dad. Success. Bloody hell, the temperature isn't going down, it's creeping up to 40. It's 39 degrees. Bloody is hot. I am sweating as well. I can't blame my body. It's 37 degrees inside my body, 39 degrees outside. Oof. Okay. 38. I have to open up the windows, this is too hot. I don't really have air conditioning. I have that just the fans, and there's been nothing for the heat. It's actually worse. I feel all cooped up inside like a mobile greenhouse. Ooh. Bloody hell, as they say in England. Inside the car now it's 38 degrees. It's probably around 36 degrees outside. But I've got this for my dad, as I said. So this might help with his, you know, if he's got a bladder infection or anything like that. So I'll take that with me and we'll watch some nice videos. I'll see you guys inside. Bloody hell. Here we go. Now I put the TV, the computer here, and we watch Laurel and Hardy, okay? We watch Laurel and Hardy, Olio Stalio, okay? Oh, no, not that one. Okay. That's cranberry juice. It's good for your UTI, your urine infection. UTI is urinary tract infection. Ugh. Come on, drink. Baby. He just finished cleaning everything. My goodness. And now he smashed everything. You love this Laurel and Hardy, don't you? Yeah? Today I have to go early, but tomorrow I'm going to come for 2 hours or 3 hours, okay? We could watch lots of them.
Where have you been? I've been trying for the last hour.
Come on, drink.
I'm sorry, sir.
Drink all of it. Come on.
Don't let it happen again.
Very good.
You'll go out for a little walk and you'll stay up.
One. Two. They're supposed to be quiet. So they make so much noise. The owner's come down with a gun. My God. Coronadore. He's the captain of the police.
We ought to be promoted for this. More than likely. What's the charge? Robbing a house without a license.
Oh no. The chief. Oh no. Ten. Into the water. He loves this.
Now let's swing it and get a good start.
One, two. Hallelujah. He loves these two idiots. When I was a kid, we used to sit down and watch Laurel and Hardy after school on a Tuesday and Thursday, I think. And I used to laugh so much my stomach hurt, and my dad as well. So it's something that we used to do together.
Will you do me a favor? Let me do this my way.
What an idiot. Uh-oh. Aye, aye.
Wow.
We can try just using the fan, but look at us, I'm sweating already. If the fan doesn't work, we'll use the fan and then we'll open up all the windows when I'm driving on a long road, okay?
It really is.
So maybe the speed can help us. I'm going to turn the car around. Bless you, baby. Bless you. Okay, I'll open up the windows and tell me if it's better, okay? But the outside the window is like a fire. It's okay because we're sweating, that's why, and the wind is cooling us down, the wind and the water. Okay, that's a bit better.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
In school, it didn't come out. Yeah, because only break we stayed the shade on. Break was like really little.
Of course, you know, it's too hot to come out. The teachers don't want to, you know, put the kids in danger
Yeah, but we just
with
had,
this
like,
heat.
We had like a few minute break, and then lunch break we said 1 hour. They didn't let them open the window. They closed the window.
Oh, right.
Maybe they think like the heat might come in.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true. If you open the windows with this heat, the heat will come in because
But I guess the wind also.
these houses are built to keep the heat inside. They're not built to push the heat out.
Oh, that's true.
So if you open the windows in this heat, it will draw the heat in.
Well, the problem if it's cold, then it'll be good. But then if it's hot, it's not that good.
Yeah. It keeps it kind of tries to keep the heat in because usually it's cold. It's cold in the winter time. The winter time is so long, so the houses are built to keep that warmth, any warmth in, which is a problem now that it's so hot. Any warmth, you know, you don't want to keep the warmth in now.
Well, like in winter, you definitely.
Yeah, in winter you definitely do. So anyway, okay, I have to concentrate on driving. I'm a bit dizzy. I have trouble breathing. It's humid. Maybe I've got anxiety, so I'll just calm down. And see you guys later.